Hello, Monarchs. Welcome back to Mariposa Elementary. It's been a long time since you've been here, and we are so glad to have you back. I'm Mr. Logue, your proud principal, and this is Miss Patton, our amazing assistant principal. A number of things have changed since you were here back in March, and we're going to go over those things. Then we're going to go in the building, and we'll show you what's changed. Miss Patton?
So when you first enter the building, one of our front office ladies will be asking you some questions about recent travel, exposure to COVID. All visitors will have their temperature taken. We ask that all visitors wear a face covering or mask. We'll use the hand sanitizer to wash your hands. We ask that all visitors stay 6 feet apart, and we will be limiting the number of visitors that are coming on campus so that we can all stay safe.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you the whole process. First thing we got to do, before I even ring that buzzer, I've got to put my mask on. So we're going to mask up right now, because when we come in that building, we'll be wearing a mask. Over to the buzzer, when you want to come in, just push once. This is the door that you're going to come in. It is now open, and away we go. Miss Patton, you can go in. All right, I'm in the building. The first thing I do, I go over the hand sanitizer. Make sure I've got that. I'm keeping my hands clean, and we'll be set for the day. But I'm not done yet, because I haven't had my temperature taken. I'm going to go over to our executive secretary, Mrs. Madison. She's going to show you what we're going to do. So over I go. Hi, Miss Madison. How are you today?
Hi, Mr. Logue.
Okay.
Have you had any COVID or any influenza-like symptoms?
No, I have not.
Have you been in contact with anybody who has tested positive for COVID?
No, ma'am.
I'm just going to take your temperature.
Okay. And that's my temperature.
And there's your temperature.
I'm 98.2, okay? That's what happens when you stand outside a little bit, but we're still fine on that, all right? Thank you very much. The next thing I want to be able to show is the front office here. Some things have changed. First of all, we've never had these screens up, these plexiglass screens up. They're there to protect our office staff that will be here. Miss Martinez, Miss Erica will be here for the most part, but Mrs. Madison could be there, Miss Sonia could be there, Miss Michelle could be there, any of our front office staff could be here. We ask that you stay in back and that you stand where we have marks on the floor and use the screen as a protection. You can talk to them, they can talk to you. If things need to be given to the office, you just place them here on the top, and they can take them from there. But we're going to maintain social distancing. As you can see, though, when we come in our office, there's limited amounts of room for people. We have room for 5 people in this office. We have 5 chairs if you're going to sit for a length of time, but you need to stay there. You may not, if we can't get you in the office, we're going to ask that you wait outside until we have room for you to come in.
The implementation of universal health precautions is the best way we can keep each other healthy and safe. We'll be working together to implement multiple steps which defend against the transmission of illnesses, including COVID-19. These defenses include wearing a mask, staying home when sick, frequent hand washing, social distancing, and frequent cleaning of high touch point.
Now let's visit the cafeteria.
Okay. After you, Miss Patton. Now we're in the cafeteria, and I want you to see what's happened since you were last here in our cafeteria, that at times we held upwards of 250 to 300 students. This is our cafeteria now, and this is what you'll be greeted with when you come into school for your lunch and for your breakfast. Tables are very different from what we had before. All of our tables in the past were together. Now we have them separated 6 feet apart from each other table, and we'll be sitting only 2 students per bench to be properly distanced from each other. Right now what you're looking at is the room for 112 students that would be in here, which would be 1 grade level. One of our grade levels has a few more. We'll open up the stage and we're going to put some actual benches up there. So we can hold as many as 120 students in here. What that means is that we will only be able to have 1 grade level at a time for lunch. That's a big change. So look at this, everybody. This is what you'll have when we start the school year. One more important thing that we need to say, and it's not something that I wanted to do, but we're doing this throughout the district. No parents will be able to eat with their children, which typically we have done for years. But this is for the safety and well-being of both our students and our parents and our staff. So thank you for understanding and complying.
Today, we are here to talk about what the great things we have done, making sure that our staff are safe and that our children that are coming to school feel safe and everything is sanitized within the kitchen and on our serving lines to make sure that the students can get a healthy meal at breakfast time and at lunchtime. All of our food service employees have been trained to make sure that we're following the CDC guidelines as to wearing masks, and we also wear gloves during preparation. They start making sure that all of the tables and the utensils are sanitized prior to preparing the food. During the preparation, employees will be required to sanitize their hands and wash their hands every 30 minutes, just to make sure our sanitation methods are taking effect. We make sure that the serving line is sanitized prior to putting the meals on. Then after each class, the serving line will be sanitized once again. At the end of the day, we begin our sanitizing methods again and sanitizing the serving line. Then we also make sure that all the doors, all the handles, the cashier station, all of the tables are sanitized again one last time before the end of the day. So, and that is our method throughout the entire school day to make sure that our staff is feeling comfortable by making sure that they're wearing their mask and sanitizing their hands continuously, and so also to make sure that our students are feeling safe and comfortable as well.
Bus safety during the upcoming school year.
So this year in St. Lucie County Public Schools, bus riding for students is going to be somewhat different.
We encourage parents and guardians to drop off their students or have them walk or ride bikes to school whenever possible. When buses will be used, our riders and drivers will follow a series of new safety protocols. While waiting for the bus, we ask that all students wear face coverings and follow social distancing guidelines. Drivers will be equipped with gloves, masks, and face shields for maximum protection. Between every route, drivers and aides will be cleaning the bus seats and touch points with an EPA-approved cleaner. This cleaner disinfects within 1 minute. Should a case of COVID-19 be traced to a rider of one of our buses, that bus will be removed from service. A secondary deep clean disinfecting will be performed on the entire bus before it returns to service. Hand sanitizer will be provided for riders as they enter and exit the bus. Riders are required to wear face masks at all times. We ask that riders adhere to social distancing whenever possible. Students from the same household will be allowed to sit together, otherwise, riders will be spread out as much as possible. Bus schedules are being developed to reduce ridership on any given route. Bus windows will be lowered to improve ventilation as much as possible. Upon arrival, do not congregate and move directly to your classroom or destination. Face coverings during the upcoming school year. The use of face coverings is required for all students and staff. Students may only remove their masks if they have permission from a staff member because they are socially distanced from one another. We are strongly encouraging parents to provide a reusable face covering or disposable mask for their child. Masks will be provided for employees and students who are unable to provide their own. Parents are asked to send students to school with a bottle of water or refillable water container, as the water fountains will only be used to refill water bottles and refillable containers.
All right, come on. We're going to go see what a kindergarten classroom will look like.
All right, now we're in a kindergarten classroom. We have the same tables as we've had in the past. We have similar chairs that we've had in the past, but the big difference is we have fewer chairs. We have fewer spots to sit. In these tables, what we've done is our students are going to be sitting separated by at least 3 feet, in some instances 4 feet from each other. The tables are separated for social distancing for the children, as well as a small group, which at this point cannot be more than 3 students. So the look in a kindergarten classroom is far different from what we've had in the past. Fewer spots to sit, fewer chairs, fewer students, and maintaining that social distancing while the students are also wearing their masks in class.
So when the students come into the classroom, they'll be using hand sanitizer. You can see we have ample room for social distancing. This is another layout that we'll be using in their classrooms. And throughout the day, we're going to be reviewing the procedures for good hygiene. You can never wash your hands enough. And as the students are leaving, once again, they'll be sanitizing their hands.
Now, we're in an upper grade classroom here at Mariposa, and they look very different than what we were doing with our primary grades that we saw earlier. We had tables and chairs there. Now we've got desks. Our desks and our chairs are spaced appropriately by our district and CDC guidelines. They're 6 feet apart in all directions. They're all facing in one direction also. And our students will be receiving their instruction right here at Mariposa. Now we have almost 300 students at Mariposa that are not going to be in school. They're going to be at home doing their learning virtually through My School. They'll get the same lessons as the students will be getting that are here in school. You might notice something else. I know the students will notice this. Where they normally are used to seeing their desktop computers, they're blank tables. There's nothing on there. We're not going to be using desktops because those would be shared devices. What we're doing now is each student in this school and each student at home on the My School will be receiving their very own laptop. It'll be loaned. You have to give it back, but that's how we're going to be doing that. So this is what an upper grade classroom would look like.
In addition to watching our videos, make sure that you read all of our slides from our PowerPoint for more details about our school procedures. We also include some videos made by the district to give you an idea of the procedures that will be used district-wide. And as always, you can go on our school and our district website for more information.
In the classroom during the upcoming school year. While we'll strive to keep the traditional school experience the same, the implementation of universal health and safety protocols will be added as a major focus of daily life in our schools. In addition, we have some new classroom safety protocols. Excessive furniture will be removed to allow for maximum use of space. When possible, students will be seated at least 6 feet apart. While social distancing in classrooms, masks may only be removed when permitted by a faculty or staff member. When moving into smaller groups, or when social distancing is not available, masks must always be worn. Teachers will provide breaks to allow for hand washing at strategic points throughout the day, such as before and after lunch, resource and recess, and after sharing equipment or supplies. The use of soap and water for at least 20 seconds is best. However, when unavailable, hand sanitizer will be provided. Explicit lessons on healthy habits will be conducted, including topics like hand washing, cough etiquette, use of masks, social distancing, and staying home when sick.
And that concludes our open house, a virtual open house, something that we've never done because we usually have all of you here with the children here, being able to meet their teachers and do all those things that we typically would do at an open house. So I hope you understand we did this because it's the safest thing for children and staff and parents. Now, if you have questions that any of this has generated and you want to reach us, please call us at school, 337-5960. You can talk to Ms. Patton, you can talk to myself. Anyone here in the office would be happy to help you too. In the slides that are coming in the PowerPoint, you will also see a set of slides of all the staff members with their pictures. We have some new staff members too, and their pictures will be in that also. So I thank you. I look forward to the 2021 year here at Mariposa. Together, we will make this work in spite of the pandemic that we've got going on. In this school, we will be safe. In this school, we will make sure that the learning occurs. And in this school, our children will be happy again to be back together. Thank you.